welcome to the Highland County Museum and the Highland Historical Society. Glad you could join us today. Come on in. I would like to introduce you to Mr. Clay Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton is one of the Historical Society's board members. He'll be taking you on a tour of one of our new exhibits.
This exhibit room features early furniture of Highland County. The furniture in this exhibit is on loan from county residents. Some of the items have been in their families for hundreds of years. We will start with the rope bed. This bed, made primarily of walnut, has ropes woven in a basket weave pattern through the holes in the frame. It was made for Betty Jane Blagg by her father Abner around 1933 and has served 4 generations of the Blagg family of Doe Hill. We have 5 ladder-back chairs in the exhibit attached to the wall. The ladder-back chair, also known as a slat-back chair, was one of the most popular chairs of its time. It was easy to construct, simple in design, and affordable to make. Notice the second chair is uneven. Made by John Luther Swadley, this chair was for his son Peter because of a serious childhood illness that left him handicapped. Chairs like these were popular in many of Highland County's stores, where the locals gathered to exchange news while waiting on mail delivery. 2 of these chairs came from Heavener's store in Hightown. These 2 dressers are from the Charles Pinckney Jones collection. The one on the left was made entirely by hand, probably in the late 1800s. The simple but primitive style used pinned and mortise and tendon frames on all 4 sides. The dovetail joints used to assemble the drawers are crude, an indication that the carpenter skill, while admirable, fell short of the more finely crafted dresser to the right of the window he was possibly trying to replicate. The large cradle was handmade by Samuel Guy Hedges Burns for his daughter Virginia, on loan by Mr. Burns' granddaughter Allie Hall Maxwell of Hightown. Mr. Burns helped build the clock tower at the Homestead Inn in Hot Springs. The infant's cradle was used by the Joseph Lane family in McDowell. Notice the 2 holes on the sides. These supposedly held a cord used to rock the baby. This simple, somewhat crudely made side table was most likely made in the 1800s. The tabletop is a solid piece of walnut and the legs are possibly cedar. It is assembled with square nails. The table has been in the Blagg family for generations. We have 2 inlaid frames made by Herbert Samples above the mantel. Notice the fine detail between the 2 types of wood. Mr. Samples was born in Clover Creek south of McDowell, although he lived in Stanton when he made the frames. This table was made by Patrick Malloy, probably in the mid-1920s. Mr. Malloy was a farmer and there was little time for building furniture. He would have used whatever was on hand. The drawer is made from a discarded wooden crate. Members of his family have 3 pieces of furniture that he constructed, and to the best of their knowledge, they are the only pieces of furniture he made. This piece is a treasured family heirloom on loan from Georgianne Malloy Hull. This small child's coffin with the original white paint with a window port was constructed by Alexander Lewis Clem, who lived from 1869 until his death in 1944. He lived in New Hampden. Before his death in 1989, Alexander's youngest son, Lee Clem, gave several coffins stored in an outbuilding to neighbor John J. Simmons. In turn, Simmons donated the coffins to the Historical Society. We do not know the provenance of this day bed. It was purchased at a Bluegrass Ruritan-sponsored auction around 1953 and came with a corn shuck tick. This original green Chow's ladderback chair was made to look like its adult counterpart. The construction of the doll's cradle is crude. The white paint is probably original. The doll's chair is simple in construction, assembled by hand, although the spindles and stretchers were probably turned on a lathe. In the glass case, we have some of the tools of the trade. While working with wood, a lot of the tools were also made of wood, as is this level and scribe. We have wood planes for shaping and for edging and decorative designs. Also, an auger for drilling holes and a draw knife for trimming down large pieces.
I'd like to thank you so much for joining us here today at the museum. Please come again soon.